So here's the supermarket that Kim and I will be shopping at. It's right down the street from where we're staying in our new apartment. We're finally settled, at least we're getting settled, because we've been on the go every 2 nights switching Airbnbs, so it's nice to have some consistency. Anyway, hey, they got a McDonald's drive-thru. Never seen one of those before. A McCafe. Oh, I'll show you something kind of interesting. You notice how there's no carts in the parking lot? It's all organized. That's because you have to put a deposit down on your cart. You get it back when you return it. It's kind of ingenious. I think they should do that everywhere. Then you wouldn't be fighting for carts when you try to park for the carts. Anyway, I'm gonna go in here and anyway, this is just a typical, this is actually bigger than normal grocery stores. A lot of them are in the city and they're very small. But this is more like a Safeway or a, not a Costco, it's not that big. But it does have a decent amount of stuff in here. Let's go take a look. There's some big pepperonis or peppers. You know, all the vegetables and fruits in Italy look amazing, to be honest with you. They don't have an organic section and a normal section, it's just all organic. They just got everything you can think of. This is in a grocery store. This is the milk section. So what do you notice here different than you'd see in the States? No gallon milk. I think the biggest you have here is maybe a liter. And it's very colorful and very organized. All kinds of different types of milks. Very impressive. So the Italians are lazy cookers too, just like Americans. They like things already pre-cut up. You pay a premium obviously, but at least like your vegetables, and they have carrots and looks like zucchini, eggplant, a little combination of stuff. Peppers and zucchini mixed up in there. There's some prepared, pretty tomatoes. See all those? My wife's picking out something. What'd you get?
I got tomatoes.
She got some tomatoes. So they don't weigh it at the cash register. You got to do it yourself here, and then put the sticker on that shows how much you have to pay. Kind of big yellow lemon. I don't know if I'm familiar with that one. Miniature watermelon. Cantaloupe. I'm gonna give you an Italian lesson. Pineapple in Italian is ananas. Ananas. I don't know how they get that. It's in a consonant. An Italian word's all in and a vowel, so it probably comes from somewhere else. Anyway, that's what they call them here. So you put your vegetables on there, on the scale, you enter the number, and it prints out a price. And you stick the price on your bag and they check you out. I'm not sure what this does, but it looks like it cuts up your pineapple for you. You stick it in there, and it just takes all the bad stuff off and leaves you the good stuff, or the edible stuff. Here is the yogurt section. It's quite large. Every possible kind of yogurt that you could think of, every flavor. We're getting towards some of my favorite stuff. I'll show you what that is. Fresh mozzarella. They have all kinds of fresh mozzarella. Here's some buffalo mozzarella right there. They have a butcher that you can go and get your stuff, you know, tell them how much you want of what kind of meat you want. Or if you're just in a hurry and you don't want to do that, you can just come over here and they have some pre-measured meats, prosciuttos mainly, and hams and salamis, all those kind of meats. And yeah, it's good stuff. Here's something kind of unusual, Suprema. Oh, it's a La Mortadella. Okay. I'm not sure what mortadella is. I think it's some kind of bologna. Interesting. Now, this is something they should have back home. Pancetta. It's great for carbonara. It's like big cubes of bacon. Another thing they seem to have a lot of is like these, they're like toast. Not a big fan. I've had them here before, but there's quite a few selection here. Sounds like it's pretty popular here. I don't know. We used to make toast like with bread and then put it in the toaster and turn it into toast instead of buying it as toast. This brand of cookies, Milano Bianco, is some of my favorite. And my favorite ones are these here. They're called Hugs. And those are my favorite. The pasta sauces. All kinds of tomatoes in bottles. We're gonna find one that doesn't need too much cooking. I'm looking for one that just needs to be heated up. Some of these you gotta still add the olive oil and all that stuff to make them taste good. I think we found it right down here. Barilla. You're probably familiar with that back home. I'm gonna get one that's called Barilla Arrabbiata. It's got a little kick to it. It's pretty good. Here's all the pastas. You can see they have all the shapes we have, and let's see. They've got some shapes. Pipe rigate, kind of like the penne rigate, but they got a little like twist to them. That's kind of interesting. They even have fat spaghetti. They have little tiny star pasta. I think that's probably more like soups and things like that. I think I see more of this than any kind, just the traditional penne rigate. If you're into wine, looks like they've got a huge selection of wines. And it doesn't stop there. Italians are known for their wine. And there's another 2 aisles of this wine. I mean, just wine, wine, wine. And we go to the next aisle, there's even more selection. Well, I don't think you expect anything less, huh? It's $2.49, but they don't do dozen. That must be an American thing. Maybe they do dozen, but here they do 10. And this is a section that I need to get more familiar with. There's all that nice bread, and you go up here, you tell them, I think you can buy them by the partial loaf or the full loaf. They also have pizza and other things you can pick up here. And a full service deli where they have all kinds of meats. Looking at one shelf, all different kinds of prosciutto. I wouldn't know which one to order. Here's some more crunchy bread. There must be a trick to it. You must do something to it to make it more edible. Here's your Parmigiano. That block right there you see is 3 pounds. It's 1.5 kilos, and it's 22 euro. It's quite a bit. It lasts you a long time, I would think. All kinds of cheeses to choose from. From Romano, Parmesan, Mortadella, and a lot of cheeses. I have no idea what they are. But they all look good. If you get to the grocery store and your car breaks down, you can buy a bicycle and get home that way. If you need a pick-me-up, here's your coffee section. So here's what we got to start us out. And a bunch of water. Can't pick out most of the stuff. So here's my take after being in the grocery store. It's probably one of the nicest grocery stores I've ever been in. It reminds me of Trader Joe's, but even better. Selection is huge. There's tons of variety. Unlike American grocery stores, they're kind of boring. You walk down an aisle and it's just pallets and pallets of different foods. Whereas this one is more compacted. It's kind of like if you put 5,000 items in a 5,000 square foot building, kind of like this one, or you put 5,000 items in a 50,000 square foot building like in a Costco. I mean, I think there's a whole aisle just toilet paper, kind of boring walking down. You got 20 feet of just 2-gallon milks. You know, here everything's compacted, and yeah, it's quite an experience. I'd say if you're in Italy, you gotta go to the supermarket. Oops, I forgot the salt. Hey, I'm at McDonald's here outside of Rome, in Rome. on this, just in this regular suburbs. Anyway, we're gonna go in and check it out and see what this is all about. So you walk in and they got really nice tables. I bet they have a cheeseburger, French fries, quarter pounder, and a Big Mac, but let's see what else they have. Looks like they have a really nice McCafe, a little higher end than you'd see in the States for their. These are the available pastries. They're all, look like they're all between €1 and €2. Most of them are a buck. They got, oh, look at that nice chocolate cake. Everybody's seen those. Anyway, all kinds of good stuff. Oh, here's something kind of interesting. Big old Nutella pump. Here's the McDonald's menu. Looks pretty similar. Here's the rest of the restaurant. It's actually quite large. It's not too many people in here right now, but it's about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the evening. I think I'm most impressed with their McCafe. It looks like a little Starbucks.